All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back here into the draft. Game 1 of Georgia Tech versus University of Pittsburgh. The last game here of the round of 64.
So it looks like first ban was a gyrocopter ban. I'm not surprised to see that at all. That hero is by far the best carry right now, I think. He is he was the most picked hero in the last major. I can't remember what it was called. But not only that, in GSD and WSG as well, he was the most picked hero in them. He just, you know, it's just a perfect hero right now. It's there isn't a lot of good carries available, I don't think. And gyrocopter is just the best out of all the small selection there is.
Yeah, he's been a top pick for God, it feels like 8. I mean, it's so hard. What is time anymore, even Golgi? It feels like it's been ages here, right?
Yeah. I mean, for sure. He's been the top carry since the last major patch, and yeah, after Lycan and all those, like when Lycan was strong, after all that guy and every one of his friends got nerfed, gyrocopter replaced that role, and he hasn't changed since. And of course, we've been getting like bi-weekly updates, but you know, those rarely have been really balanced updates. A lot of them have been the quality of life updates, which I don't complain about. He's been standing tall at the top for a while now. And interesting band, Morphling band here. He has been a hero that is starting to see some pro play, some crazy stuff coming up front. Of course, the big change from him is that his ultimate morph can switch back and forth at will with the hero he selected.
Yeah, with an independent HP and mana pool, right? Independent cooldowns and all that.
Yeah, but like back and forth, but he can do it constantly, right? That's like the big change that came out.
Yeah, he used to be like, one and done, right? If you morphed and then you ever go back to morphling, that's it. Your ult's over.
Yeah. So some like crazy stuff that I saw. I think it was in the last. I can't remember the name of the last major, but yeah, remind me if you guys can think of that in the chat. But yeah, like there was a crazy play where the Morphlings. It happens often too because gyrocopter sees so much play. Morphling morphs into gyro, uses the flat cannon, morphs back into Morphling, and just blast away everyone around them with those massive agility. Like watching Morphling spray flat cannons everywhere is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And then, you know, he can also waveform in and then switch back into gyrocopter and use a rocket barrage. Like, it is so cool seeing that kind of stuff happen.
Dire team back.
Alright, Lycan getting banned out in the second phase. That's kind of, he's not that first phase insta-lock anymore. No. Dragonite's still extremely viable. He's got a good amount of tank and lots of push capability, and he turns on pretty early with that.
Yes. His big weakness of Dragonite is that he lacks damage, so if you do pick up Dragonite core, you gotta think about definitely picking another carry who can dish out the damage, because Dragonite, he hits like very softly even when he's doing well, and if he's behind, he is like a wet noodle.
Yeah, if he gets behind, he has probably one of the worst times of any Dota heroes that's behind. Yeah. Like maybe Morphling who's behind could be a little worse. But even then, like when you with his new morph, he still has he still can contribute, right? And has abilities.
I don't know if they fixed it, but Morphling could morph into Earthshaker, and it would use the enchant totem every single time he pressed morph.
Oh, like while he was in Morphling form.
Yeah, but when he switched back into Earthshaker, it would cast the enchant totem. When he switched back into morph, it will still cast enchant totem.
Oh, so he got it on both ends. Yeah, that sounds definitely not intended.
Yeah, that sounds like buggy. A lot of cores being banned here, at least from the side of Pittsburgh here. Juggernaut, Lycan, and Morphling being banned out from them. Georgia Tech, of course, their options are going to be running out because of gyrocopter banned out from them as well. Other strong carries right now, PL I think is one of the best carries currently available. So we might be seeing PL out of Georgia Tech here, especially since that those three heroes absolutely do nothing against the PL. Of course, there are still 2 more picks available. Undying, oh boy, you like this hero.
I love seeing this hero. He's probably not in a good place anymore. He used to be run as a very, very competent 3, but now he's really in sort of a 5 or 4 position, right?
Yeah, I think it's because when he was 3, he was much better because back then solo offlaning wasn't as much of a thing. Like, Undying as a solo offlaner is really, really bad because he doesn't farm and he can't push, right?
And he doesn't even have that much kill potential. He needs someone else with the slow. That's what makes him good.
That's why he needs to be in a dual lane, and we don't see too many dual lane off lanes anymore. That's why I think Undying has kind of fallen out of favor. But we see Undying here, and I'm almost going to guarantee they're going to act tri-lane, aggro tri-lane with this Undying, or dual lane him in the off lane. A la, you know, like when you see Coddles. But probably most likely a tri-lane.
Now the sniper pickup from Pittsburgh right after the Undying, I love this. I don't know if they already had it in mind, but sniper is a complete jerk to Undying. Undying, a lot is tied to your tombstone, and so for Pittsburgh to have the ability to pretty safely pick that out,
and Shadow Shaman.
Great. Oh, and Shadow Shaman as well, yeah.
Sniper, very good pick here, and I'm liking the PL more and more here for Georgia Tech. I would snap pick PL right now. Go over Face's voice. That's a way to deal with sniper. Someone that can get into the back lines and assassinate the sniper. If I was Pittsburgh, I might ban out the PL here. Sniper is okay against the PL because he'll get the Mjolnir and stuff like that, but still not the most optimal, especially if PL can get on top of him with the Diffusal Blade and the Phantom Rush. It's very hard for Sniper to get away.
Yeah, do you think Georgia will still pick it after getting that Void that will most likely be in the court position? Have we seen any mid PL play, even in the...
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, since that this phase 4 is going to be safe lane. I mean, mid PL has traditionally been a thing, but nowadays we see him very often, mostly as a push one. I can't remember the last time I saw him in mid, at least in this patch. So, yeah, that's a good point. We might not be seeing PL here.
I think there was one game that we saw it, I might have been with Carlton as well, here in CSL, where there was a mid PL. He was going up against, I can't remember who it was, but obviously it was an okay matchup. It's not, you can't just throw him there against just about anyone.
Yeah.
But Georgia Tech is looking for their mid right now. What do you want to see out of them, Golgi?
5 seconds.
They've got some pretty good, between Tombstone and Serpent Wards, and the Chrono, they want to make people stay in the fight, right? Is there a mid that can really do that?
Like, I was thinking of OD, but OD is awful against Sniper. OD will get completely harassed out of the lane, but like, you know, when it comes to team competition wise, I think OD fits in, but just the laning matchup is so bad, I don't think they're gonna go for that.
An Invoker maybe? Like he can
Invoker is so
and
slow
tornado.
nowadays. So,
yeah.
Invoker would be a good pick if Invoker was good. Queen of Pain still seems okay. Queen of Pain can jump on Sniper. But you can still struggle against Night Stalker, especially because Queen doesn't really build.
Puck. I actually wouldn't hate a Puck here. Just coiling people in place on top of Tombstones and Serpent Wards.
Yeah, and Puck can jump on Sniper as well. Puck might even build a Dagon this game against the Sniper. It's going to be the Death Prophet. Okay, so they're going to run a pushy lineup here.
Now I know Death Prophet is in a very good place. She's been in like every single game almost, right?
She's pretty damn good. Yeah, she's up there with Gyrocopter. She just kind of seems like a fit-all hero right now for any draft. She offers obviously great pushing, great laning. She can frontline somewhat. I find her frontlining really weighs in if she gets initiated on, because if she gets initiated, she's really squishy. But if she manages to like initiate on the enemy team and manage to get some of those spear siphons off, she can seem invincible at times.
Yeah, and she likes to get herself a Yule, so as long as she doesn't get completely bursted, siphons out, Yule's up, and then the team can counter. Yeah,
very true. So the final pick coming out from Pittsburgh is going to be their off-laner here. They have they have good pushing on Pittsburgh as well, good deep pushing. They could employ more deep pushing if they want, because Beast Smash, Shadow Shaman, Death Prophet, this is all a very strong push lineup. So if they want to focus on that, they could, pick the Pit Lord for the Pittsburgh. No, never mind, they banned it. Georgia Tech did. So they won't be able to pick their namesake hero almost.
Yeah, that would be quite good here too. Area Denial, super powerful. They banned out the Abaddon as well, who's someone who can be excessively annoying.
Yeah, it's great with Sniper as well, because Sniper just wants so much saves for the hero.
Flame Puck, there you go.
Yeah, we're going to be able to see the Puck. He can help with the deep push a little bit. He's a range hero, so he can contribute into the Chronosphere if the enemy that misses the Chronosphere on the Puck. And it's very hard to catch, obviously, as well.
And with the Void, you can't... If Puck... Like, we've seen this before, right? There was a Faceless Void game where it was Faceless Void versus Enigma. We were gauging which is the better ultimate, Chrono or Black Hole. And the Void jumped right to grab a big Black Hole, or a big Chrono, but Puck just, whoop, silenced him up. He says, nope, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, being able to offer that additional CC is great. Yeah, no, I do like the Puck. It seems like a very lovely pick here. It's good in combination with the Sniper as well. That kind of Dream Coil preventing people from chasing down Sniper too badly.
And plus, when
through initiation as well.
Yeah, the initiation, as well as if a Dragon Form gets popped, Georgia Tech is just going to want to run away, right? Puck now has the option to just ball in and drop that coil, make sure they can't too much.
Yeah, because as a Dragon Knight, you don't want to be picking up a Blink Dagger, so you don't want to be kind of sore initiation of your team, and this might happen that way. And even if you get Blink Dagger, Dragon Knight obviously isn't a great initiator. He can only stun one person at best, right? So, I do think the Puck was a great choice. They were lacking on the initiation front, and they got covered now.
This is beautiful. On our on that screen, we get to see their Dota Plus status.
Oh yeah, I missed it.
And what kind of gems they've unlocked, I think.
Right, that's like the stat track type of thing. Alright, so yeah, we're into the game now. Oh boy, I'm going to lower my settings here a little bit.
Is it a little loud?
No, as in the graphic setting, because I'm running at like 30
frames.
to 25 frames per second. Because right now, guys, I'm not at my home right now because of a family emergency, so I'm doing it on my girlfriend's laptop currently.
What kind of laptop? Oh, he's probably adjusting the settings. Mac Gaming, that's the answer to that question. Alright, so it's going to be Beastmaster and Undying here, going to the offlane together, and this is really nice. Leadentoke, although they don't typically get a lot of levels in Call of the Wild early, so they won't have slows, anything like that to make a Tombstone do a lot. They are just going to be depending on the decays, it looks like. Already 2 stacks up of decay there on Undying. And there we go, Mojedong. They're going to be able to get 2 runes with that, thanks to Leadentoke and Something Genuine being a little aggressive there in their lane. Oh, it looks like we might have lost Golgi, so we will see him back here in a little bit. In the mid lane, we've got a Sniper Death Prophet matchup. Sniper is obviously going to be able to be a little bit annoying with cooldowns, but she can return it right back with Crypt Swarm. Hello, everyone, welcome back our good friend Golgi.
Ew. Sorry guys, I was wondering why you're so silent. This is because I was the silent one. I was gone. Yeah, they're the top lane. Man, this is some crazy dual lane up here.
The decay, yeah, it's my typical rule of thumb for playing an Undying is if I get 2 decays, get ready to go on someone, because when that 3rd one hits, they're going to be so weak, especially at level 1.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you look at someone like
24 strength right now.
Yeah, Look at Rubik. He's got only 1 decay on him, 4 strength gone, with 1 armor and 500 HP. He's not gonna last through too many beatdowns.
Yeah. Usually Dragon Knight a very strong laner, but this
Mushroom could be getting gone down on the bottom. No, Puck trying to get his way away. They'll have a Shackles out, and Mushroom is going to be okay for now. Very low though, so he'll have to be very careful from the aggression of G. G might actually be chasing him down right now. He's got himself an orb up in a second. No, he thinks better of it. What were you saying though, Goji?
Yeah, I'm just saying that Dragon Knight usually a very strong laner, and that point we're very happy to have Dragon Knight in this lane, because if it wasn't Dragon Knight with all that regen, it would be struggling a lot harder against this Undying Beastmaster lane.
Yeah, that's the thing about Decay, is that if you don't have kill potential on it, then it really just makes their regen more valuable, especially their tangles, because they'll get more out of them. We've got another Shackle here on Puck at the bottom, but it's just space creating for Jake. I suspect we should see First Blood coming out here soon in the top with how aggressive, one way or the other, unless they've kind of... You think they might have blown their load a little bit here? Undying has 90 mana now, even Beastmaster not a lot of mana. They should be playing a lot more conservatively here in the top. Oh, I think we might have lost Golgi again. Lutz here in the mid. Scar now is going to take some call downs. Fleet Fox is here trying to add a little bit of pressure. Scar's going to be back to the high ground and he's going to be just fine. Jake taking quite a lot of damage under the tower. Jake and Mushroom both extremely low here. G having a great time in the bot lane.
Yeah, I think this Undying dual lane is not working out for them. Looks like they're sacrificing a lot more than they're gaining out of it. That's not what you're looking for in the dual lane. You want to be at least, you know...
Oh, lift up onto Undying. Undying trying to make his way away. He's eating some fire. Now they're chasing him down. One more shot. No, he's actually able to make it away. A couple decays will help you out with that one.
Yeah, at least he's a very tanky boy.
At least while you're in the game in Discord, Golgi, you can probably turn your camera off, so that could conserve a little bit of bandwidth if you are having a bit of ish.
It's not the bandwidth that's the problem.
Oh, Mushroom is going to get gone on the bottom. There we go. G claiming the first blood for himself. He's going to get himself some bounty runes on the exit as well. This duel, or this solo offlane is going amazingly for Puck.
Yeah, Puck very strong offlaner. I'm wondering if they should just bring the Undying bottom here to at least shore up the lane for the Faceless Void. Of course, it's not that like Puck is really weak against Undying even either.
Uh-oh, Ledentoke getting gone on here from top. They get the Void onto him. Rubik is here as well. There's the lift now. Mojang Dong is coming in. A couple more right clicks. They get a heal, a rift, or a rip onto Ledentoke. But he's making it back to the tower, and TP in for Mushroom is going to force them back. Something Genuine's got his mana back up and is trying to turn it around onto Rubik. He could get another decay here onto Rubik, but Rubik is through the trees. I think some of the trees are actually gone there, but a little graphical error just shows him walking casually through. There we go, Mushroom going onto Fleet Fox, a lift up onto Mushroom. They're going to throw him down onto the trees. Yep, the trees aren't breaking, so it's going to look a little confusing today. Now they've got Shackles out onto Night Stalker as they try and fight into Mojang Dong. They get another Soul Rip on the Ledentoke, keeping him alive for now. Night Stalker goes down, and a Decay onto Rubik, taking Rubik out. Now Mojang Dong, the only one here of his team. Mushroom is going to pop himself a salve and get the Shackles out now. Ledentoke getting turned around on. Oh, Mojang Dong is just seeing his targets and getting him. They're going to sacrifice Ledentoke. No, they let him go. Ledentoke is going to be able to TP out. No, they get the Fade Bolt there in time. Now the rest of the team is back chasing down Mushroom. Mushroom trying to get to the high ground. He's going to get a bounty rune on his way out, but the rest of the team chasing down very well. Something Genuine now on his way away, making it to the shrine, and could be able to turn this around onto Fleet Fox if there's quick TPs in. TPs are not going to be there, but we've got Wisp from Pittsburgh dropping observers deep. Overall, a great engagement there. for the side of... Actually, it was pretty much a wash.
Yeah, it's pretty even. Yeah, 2-2 there, and kind of a dream fight for Undying. Undying the big winner there, being able to be alive for both the kills and not going down, and that's exactly what Undying is looking to do in those early game engagements. But you know, obviously, with Undying on your team, you want to be winning those early game engagements rather than coming out even. So.
Scar's getting gone on in the mid. He's so dead! Look at this. Everyone collapsing. With all the rotations that they took, they found a good time to find Death Prophet, and she'll get cleaned up very quickly. That was efficient.
Yeah, I think this lane fades.
Dream Coil goes down on the top. Mo Jaedong is trying to make his way away. They buy himself a little bit of time now. Lead and Tote caught inside the coil. They're going to get gone on by Fleet Fox. Fleet Fox rotates around. They hit the Beastmaster. They've got some decays coming out. G and Fleet Fox are going to have to be careful, but something genuine is now caught, lifted. He's going to be able to pop his magic stick or magic wand, stay alive a little bit longer, but another 2 kills cleaned up for Pittsburgh in the top.
Yeah, G is really becoming an all-star here in this game. He won his offlane incredibly well. Just ganked mid lane, killed the Death Prophet, immediately TP's top, lands that Dream Coil on 2 people, and then gets the double kill for his team as well. Yes, exceptionally well coordinated package, I think. Alright, Scar's going to use the first exorcism of the game. Got Spirits out, just punking away at Punks. But he's going to be forced back already, so they've got Mushroom behind him. Mushroom only level 3. Has to be careful, they've got a lot of resources here in the mid. But this will buy a little bit of space. Jake is there pushing in the bottom. Hopefully they don't pay for this. Oh no! Scar is going to get assassinated now. Mushroom is getting caught out. G once again in deep, getting them the vision, getting them the damage that they need. That illusory orb did so much damage. It set up a kill on Death Prophet. Yeah, it was a very good play there by Ezwish. I touch everything. He saw that the Shadow Shaman was clearing the Observer Ward, the Sentry Ward, and was standing too close to Cliff, so he just telekinesed him up onto the low ground. Chasing down on a Beastmaster. Beastmaster silenced up right now. They've already used the Void, but it'll be back up in a second. They have a lift to keep him, but a TP in from Moose. Will force them back. Ro Jaedong making his way away back through the trees, and end of engagement. Nothing claimed there from Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech feels like they're not having a great laning phase. No, yeah, as I said time and time again, they have the earlier team as well. So losing this early game means even double for them. And now they're getting turned around on by Pittsburgh in the top. Mushroom getting chased down to the trees. They do have a Soul Rip to top them off, and now they could be turning this around. Lead and Tote, they're going on to Dragon Knight though. Fleet Fox is the one that's low. Everyone else on Georgia is getting low too. Mo Jaedong pops the first Dragon Force, and he's making his way around. Jake is going to come here. He gets a Chrono into the backline. It catches Rubik, but no one dies from it. They're not turning it around on anyone. Everyone's getting back under the tower very, very low. Mo Jaedong needs to be careful. He ate a decay. That's going to get him very, very low. They could turn around on a Lead and Tote. One more shot is going to do it. How is no one on Pittsburgh dead? They're going to be able to get a lift up onto Something Genuine. Another decay. Something Genuine is getting just being a master of these decays. But they lack the damage and they lack the chase to turn it around. So instead, 3 very low Pittsburgh heroes are going to head back to base safe. Yeah, it's just not working out for them at all. That Chronosphere was completely wasted, and they landed onto Rubik, and then Jake just decided to go on the Dragon Knight, who was running away through the tree, so he landed like 1 auto attack on him and he walked away, and then he tried to go back on the Rubik, and then he got the time lock on him, but that was after Chronosphere ended, so he didn't get that bonus damage on it. So just like a mismanagement on like who to focus down. Like they need to like focus one hero and kill that hero, but instead they split the damage and to end up getting nothing. That's an exorcism used earlier that didn't get anything. Chronosphere used that didn't get anything. And this is looking really bad for Georgia. But what can they do to turn around Golgi? Right? They have a great mid-game pushing lineup. So what they need to do is get all their ultimates and group up and start taking towers. And then just ride that wave to victory. But bot lane right now, there might be a gank onto this tower. Yeah, they're trying. Now, Georgia Tech is in the death zone, as we call it. This is not a place they want to fight. We got Scar rotating around. He's going to drop Exorcism, chase down Fleet Fox. It's not night, so Fleet Fox isn't super fast. Now they're going to have an illusory orb out. Scar just chasing up on Fleet Fox, doing as much as they can. They drop Coil behind it. It's going to be a safe retreat for Pittsburgh. So it's a Dream Coil kind of traded away for the Exorcism. We'll see if they can utilize this Exorcism to take this tower. If not, I think Pittsburgh kind of wins that small exchange there. But it looks like they're going to be able to push onto the tower. I think they're going to be happy with that. But, you know, meanwhile, top lane, Jaedong doing what Dragons do best, taking tower.
Exorcism barely does any damage, and Sniper's in the mid pack, or actually his tower's already down.
Yeah, that would have went down a while ago. Yeah, so it's a tower for a tower. Like, still, it's a even trade. Which means it's getting farther and farther into a late game, which is going to be benefiting Pittsburgh.
And both of those offlane towers are somewhat throwaway towers, right?
Yeah, they're probably the least important towers.
Since we have the shrines, like, it used to be important before shrines so that you could teleport onto them for rushes and stuff, but with shrines now, it's, you know, whatever. Get that thing up. What are you gonna do?
Just away at this tower. Thanks to that massive range, you can just stay out of tower range.
How are items coming along? In the net worth charts, it's gonna be a quick 1-2 from the 1 and 2 of Pittsburgh, unsurprisingly, but Faceless Void not too far behind.
Yep. Yeah, but you know, this offlane is
Jake getting chased down. They won't be able to get him.
Yeah, this offlane really, you know, is the what speaks of this game, right? G 4.3k, and he's ahead of the mid lane of the enemy team. Meanwhile, you know, the other offlaner 2.5k on the Beastmaster, struggling really hard. And yeah, G is really making work on this puck, and he finds Mushroom in the bot lane. They do miss the Dream Coil on him, but they'll probably just chase him down.
Oh. Absolutely.
Double damage.
Now, Faceless Void is still going for the... hold on. They got a roar out onto Dragonite in the top. He's going to get chased down. Out too deep a little bit, my friend.
Yeah, maybe a little too confident there with his tank ability and how well his team's been doing.
He knew, he was so very alone, right? Because his whole team was just top killing Mushroom.
Yeah, sometimes when you get on that winning train, you kind of get a little bit complacent there. But that isn't that bad. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the mid-game push that this team was made to do. And if they can ride this momentum and start taking more towers and get some money on their side, then they might have a fighting chance going to late game.
But yeah, what I was saying, actually just finished up. Faceless Void has got the Battle Fury. Do you think this will be a boon or a detriment?
I don't think it was the right item to go for this game. I think Mask of Madness seems like the right item to go here, considering the tempo that his team wants to play at. He doesn't want to take his Faceless Void to be jungling and stuff like that often, but you know, it is okay then. But meanwhile, top Beastmaster for the TP out. Probably good.
Down onto something genuine. They've already used the Void, so they're not going to be able to stun, but they're there with the lift.
So yeah, again, taking kind of like a bad trade here, because meanwhile they were taking that tier 1, Sniper and Puck took the tier 1 bottom as well. And then of course you're using a hero on top of them on the Undying. Doesn't really do them favors. It's just weird to have the Battle Fury and not be farming the jungle, you know what I mean? It's Jake, and he's going to do it right now, but I'm not sure if he's going to have a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, they're definitely applying the pressure very well, so he's got a very short window to try and get the most out of his item before he's probably going to be forced to fight.
Yeah, G in the bot lane, oh, the Primal Roar just did not come out in time to get stun. Jake getting caught up mid.
Yeah, a little bit. He's got his team behind him, but he'll be fine. We got another Dragon Form pop right away, pecking into this tower, and they look like they don't want to try and even take a crack at the high ground right now.
They fortified.
Oh, that is no bueno. Now Scar chasing down on the Mojadong. They're going to be able to stun him up. Dragon's Tail keeping them there for now, but they're going to turn around with a roar. Lots of damage going out onto Mojadong. Mojadong is going to be able to make it back to the safety of his tower. Leventoke taking a lot of damage. They use the Chronosphere onto Sniper. Sniper making his way away, but they get the big kill on the big core, costing him only the Beastmaster so far. But now is it the turnaround from Pittsburgh? They get the Shadow Shaman down. Still doesn't have any wards to contribute to the fight. Undying stunned in the backline. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them going down. God. Something genuine as well. Pittsburgh, they're hungry. They want it.
All those TPs being cancelled was so beautiful. There was like two people trying to TP out there. They made sure to be able to get both, you know. And it's kind of interesting because I was about to talk about the kind of lack of focus there in that fight again from Georgia, trying to go for the both core at the same time, the sniper and the Dragon Knight. And thankfully they were able to get a sniper, but they won't be able to finish off the Dragon Knight. Meanwhile, you know, you see Pittsburgh utilizing their network to their advantage there, being able to go for two people at the same time, canceling both TPs and being able to, you know, take the kills as well. And now 6k net worth for their side. And G at the top of the net worth as the offlaner, well deserved for him as well.
Boy.
This guy's been making the work.
Absolutely, very, very skilled player. He's just showing up, and you can see how much of a comfort hero this is for him.
Yeah.
In fact, of all the battle or the Dota Plus that we saw, he was the only one that had gems or whatever unlocks for.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it shows you what they have on that hero.
But he doesn't have any levels in the fuck though.
Yeah, that is true. He didn't have any levels, but I'm not.
He just started grinding.
I don't think he'll have much of a problem with that.
No. Finally, the first Serpent Ward is being committed in the mid lane here. They gotta make sure, yeah, the creeps don't take it down, because creeps will eat through the Serpent Ward really fast. But they might lose a tier 2 because of this. They need to TP in if they want to defend this, or they might just throw it away, which I don't.
We gotta jump forward onto Beastmaster. Beastmaster, he uses he gives Dragon Tail, Assassinate. Just caught out. Yeah, they can't do anything about this tier 2. I think.
Yeah.
Even the
I don't
bot
think
tier 2.
I don't think they expected the Blink Dagger on the Dragon Knight. I actually did not expect him to go for it, but when you're this ahead, then Blink Dagger is actually the perfect item, because you don't need more damage on the Dragon Knight, you just want to keep pushing your advantage, and to do that you just want to keep initiating on team enemy heroes.
And now here they're already chipping into the tier 2 as well. Jake comes and shows up, but with how things have been going, I think their shot here is just defending high ground.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because their team is really
Got a roar out on the Night Stalker, TP in from Mushroom. They've already got the damage, don't even need him, so they catch that Night Stalker out slipping.
Yeah, but don't know about the exorcism pop though. That is just for a position 4 there, and they definitely are way too far to be able to get any tower damage with this, and obviously they are not in the position to be able to take more shot either.
Yeah, it is just going to be a wasted exorcism. And earlier in that fight where maybe they could have defended the tier 2, they had held the exorcism, but she actually didn't have the mana for it, but I feel like if she popped it, took the tower with the wards, got back, then their whole team, then they'd have enough exorcism to maybe fight.
Top lane, they might be chasing down Sniper actually.
Lentoke's gonna find him.
Yep.
Chasing him down right now. Punks doesn't have a TP even. Jake, he's gonna commit the Chrono Fort as well, and gets Night Stalker on the edge of it as well. Night Stalker now, Serpent Wards go down. Night Stalker's gonna get cleaned up. They've even got a couple zombies spawning here to take down Mojang. He is gonna be a little bit slow with this. They've got the decays, they've got the beat down. They're gonna be able to clean up that Dragon Knight. That is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And Jake did decide to go back for his Mask of Madness, which is getting delivered out right now, which is definitely a weird build. It's like a miss build because you don't want to be building a battlefield with a Mask of Madness like this, but I think it's better late than never. He realized he needs to be fighting, picking up that very strong fighting event. Of course, Mask of Madness will also help him with the jungle speed as well. And this is something he can do. He can just Chronosphere, and when the Chronosphere is off cooldown, he farms the jungle. When the Chronosphere is back up, and then he fights with Mask of Madness.
Yeah, it does. It also adds more value to the Battle Fury that he got, and we'll let it pay off quicker. Yeah, it can move in between camps faster, and then we'll be able to fight better with it. So, definitely weird build, but it's very calculated.
Yeah,
and
no,
I can get behind it.
Yep, I agree. I think going back forward was the right idea. And,
going back forward, that's the perfect way to put it, I think.
Yeah. And now he's using it, yeah. And then right now, as a Faceless Void who doesn't have a Chronosphere, there's no need to be doing anything else but farming. So, yeah, this is how this build will work. And hopefully they can catch up, because that last fight was beautiful. And that just shows you the power of the Chronosphere if you can land in the right locations. Even though if there were 6k behind, it did not matter.
It's a perfect time for it too, for that Mask of Madness to come out, right? Because they just win that fight that really is going to give Pittsburgh pause, and that's the exact time to use the space. And he starts using it immediately, using it to its full effect.
Yeah. definitely agreed. So looks like the Hurricane Pike is finally finished off for Sniper, which will help him a lot here. That last time when he got caught by the Beastmaster, that might not have even been a problem if he had the mobility tool. So we'll see if he can utilize that to keep himself safer. G was feeling very confident earlier. He's still a top net worth lead right now, by the way. He was feeling super confident earlier, and he actually had a Dagon queued up, but he realized after the Chronosphere, he can't be fooling around too much.
Oh no, they group up by G, thinking they maybe can go on him. Instead, they're going to eat a Dream Coil and a couple taking damage right now. Jake, he drops that Chrono, but he's super low right now. He has to be careful. They've got punks outside of the Chrono. Jake is going to have to get his way out. He goes into the trees and dies instead. Now 3 taken out. Pittsburgh going to take another fight, not losing anyone for the cost. Punk's not getting caught in that Chrono. It's going to be really hard for Jake because that's a huge target that he needs to get.
Yeah, so okay, this is the downside of building Battle Fury into Mask Minus. You see exactly there. You want the common theme between Battle Fury and Mask Minus, what they lack? They lack stats. He just got melted in his own Chronosphere by the Shrapnel and the Assassinate, and he just could not stand it. He landed a beautiful Chronosphere too, but wasn't able to translate into any damage.
Yeah, and the minus armor, well, that's actually just really going to hurt. Oh no. Force staff, they shove Rubik up to the high ground. Stolen Serpent Wards actually, but they'll be able to clean them up for themselves. But yeah, when you have that minus armor, when you have that negative debuff up from the Mask of Madness,
yep,
you gotta be really careful about that sniper.
Also the silence, right? You can't time walk anymore.
Yep.
So it was a very sad situation for that Faceless Void. Yeah, this is why usually when you see people go for Battle Fury, they usually go for like a Sanjin Yasha afterwards, or like a Manta style. Just anything to give them more stats, right? Obviously, even agility gives you more armor to be able to stand up to that, you know, sniper type of thing. But yeah, I feel like they just should not even have a wasted Chronosphere there. When they got initiated by the Puck, they should have accepted their losses and backed off. But instead now, they're going to be lacking initiation for another 30 more minutes.
And Pittsburgh is going to feel really empowered. Look, they're already over in the roast pit. They say, hey, Chrono's down. Let's do this.
Yep. They don't have a big window. Of course, they also blew Exorcism on their way out too, so they know this is their time. Blink forward onto Faceless Void.
Yeah, they're going to be able to stun him up. Jake should be able to jump back here in just a moment. There it goes. He's out. Now they get a 4-man silence from Scar. Scar is kind of by himself. Doesn't want to fight. Dream Coil's going to catch 2 Scar and Mushroom. The Dream Coil out, and they turn it around. Geek jumping on forward onto Shadow Shaman. Gonna be able to clean him up. Death Prophet does not have Exorcism right now. They will get taken down. They're going to buy a little bit of time with the Yules, but that just gets the team the space they need to get back. Chronosphere is back up.
G is making this happen everywhere. Like every single time a big initiation happens from the side of Pittsburgh, is G making it work. Finds the Death Prophet there again. And Death Prophet could have broken the tether and got out immediately, but she waited too long, and then she still ended up breaking the tether anyway.
Another blink forward. Mo Dong blinks forward, gets 1. Now the Chronosphere is going to come out. They're getting into 2. Puck taken down, but we've got Punks here in the back line just picking up onto Jake. Jake's got to be really careful. Assassinate comes out. He does backtrack enough damage. Now a stolen Chrono is going to keep him in place long enough that a dying is caught inside of it. Fleet Fox is inside of the wards, but it stopped the ward damage. They get themselves a return kill and swapped it. But so far, it's a successful defense. Not a lot of damage taken to the tower either.
Yeah, Punk's starting to work on it now. They do lose the high ground vision as well. So yeah, that Chronosphere might have saved them actually. Now Death Prof is up, and of course she didn't have the ulti for the last fight. She has it now. So great hold by them, but still the net worth lead is increasing right now for the side of Pittsburgh. Gar might find a Wisp, and Wisp can keep himself safe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wisp still has the Chronosphere stolen. We'll see if he does hold on to it long enough to be able to use it one more time.
Well, it looks like Pittsburgh is just back to farming. Golgi, any big items that are coming out right now?
Well, right now the Roshan is being taken by Georgia actually, which is a maneuver that Pittsburgh did not see coming at all from the losing side. And this is exactly the type of misdirection they needed to be able to maybe get some breathing space here, and the Aegis is going to go over the face of Void, who has been struggling to stay alive in these fights, so might be the perfect person to have it.
Now, Georgia Tech needs to be very disciplined right now. They've got no Chrono, they've got no Exorcism.
Yeah, Exorcism is going to be up in another minute, so they'll be able to have it for that next fight coming up. Faces Void will have his Chronosphere up in 10 seconds.
So
they won't
got
go
vision on
G.
G gonna try and blink out of here. No, he just uses his orb completely the separate way. Very well played.
That's so far away.
Does he have his orb move speed?
No, that's at level 20. He's 3 levels away, but man, he was complete opposite direction where they expected him to be, completely juking out the side of Georgia.
But yeah, G, he played that very well. He threw the orb back, but then faced a forward blink direction before he went into his phase shift. So, whichever, if Georgia Tech tried to make any moves towards him, he has, he's got A and B. Classic Kansas City shuffle.
Yeah, having as many options as possible is how you want to play puck. Options is power for that hero. So a Blink Dagger is being worked on by Beastmaster. He is pausing his Necronomicon build here to be able to get that, which I completely agree with.
Yeah, it's super important if they have any opportunity to get a Blink Roar on someone. That is a huge value for Georgia Tech. Especially those two, yes.
Yeah. And it's not like he's in a pushing position here, so Necronomicon is doing too much anyway.
Oh, Jake is getting down on the top. It's just a bit of harassment damage from G. They actually, if they knew that only Undying was behind him, I think these 3 heroes might have gone for it.
Yeah, he does have the Aegis though, and people could TP into the shrine and back him up during the respawn time. But yeah, at least they'll be able to take the Aegis off, maybe. They find Scar in mid.
Heals up. They've got a Dream Coil onto him. Scar trying to make his way out. He's getting silenced up now. Assassinate coming through. They've got the lift. No one here to help. Lentoke is coming in. Actually, he's making it away. Scar is actually going to be survived here. They get a Chronosphere and catches 2. Now, in the meantime, Punks is just taken away in the back line, looking to get some kills. They will lose 1. It's another stolen Chrono, but Jake gets to move that, jumps forward and punishes Wisp for the pleasure. And now Punks is making his way away. He should be just fine. They are not going to lose their sniper core there, but a big turnaround for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, man. I was constantly underestimating Georgia's fighting potential, but we see Jake time and time again. After that blunder in the early game, he's been landing some money Chronospheres. They only lost
max diameter Chronos. One guy on each side.
Yeah, just beautiful. And they actually might be the one to break high ground. And they have all the heroes who want to be able to go high ground. They have Death Robber, they have this unfortunately no
Beast Master. Blinks forward, he's gonna get a Hex on a sniper, but they can't do anything about it. They're just gonna buy their time to get for tier 3. Very nicely played there. They didn't go too hard for it, especially with buybacks being available. And they get it, they're tier 3. It's gonna cost them all the Serpent Ward gold going over to Sniper. But the first tier 3 of the game is claimed, and it's Georgia Tech.
They might find J-Dom in the bot.
Oh, they get the Uvo! They cancel the TP. It was so close. Now they've got the Roar as well. Moj Dom trying to counter here and almost making it out, but instead is going to get another kill over to the Georgia Tech side.
Okay, suddenly this is a game. This is a real game right now. Man, they were behind. I mean, that kill of Dragon Knight was worth 1500 gold. Remember, after the gold change in the last patch, those kills on supports worth a lot less, but those kills on the cores worth a lot more. Alright, smoke up right now.
Yep, smoke up from Pittsburgh. Guy is going to find 2 in the front, silences them up. Now the rest are wrapping around. They're going for the kills. They've got a Hex out on a puck. You assassinate right on a Mushroom. Can't do anything there. But they've already claimed themselves a puck in the cost for Mushroom. So now they're chasing them down. It's going to be a disengage. I don't think they're going to be able to find any of the big cores, but I don't think that the Rubik will be able to make it out of here. Actually, he's going to get a lift. Jake is continuing to go on him. There we go. Gets the bash that he needs. He steals the time walk and gets back to the high ground. They're going to be able to cut their losses, but it will cost them a tier 2. Another net worth evening tool being deployed there from Georgia Tech, just claiming that tower so quickly.
Yeah, we talked about the dangers of complacency when you're ahead, and that might be Pittsburgh acting a little bit too cocky there. They were Dragon Knight down. That was a 4v5 fight, but they thought the element of surprise with that smoke was going to be enough. And G went there aggressively, but it got hexed up and completely got taken down by the Faceless Boy before he could do anything in response. And without your highest net worth hero, G and Dragon Knight being gone, Sniper is third in the net worth, by the way, on Pittsburgh's side. Like, they did not have any damage build to do any more after that.
And look at the net worth. They had a 10k lead, Pittsburgh. Now looking at the net worth itself, 2k, nothing basically. This game is even now.
Even, basically even, yeah. 1k now again, yeah, so it's just constantly closing in, and then we see Georgia getting more aggressive while they're farming. They are being happy about farming their jungles and not stuck in their base anymore. And of course, you know, that tier 3 in the mid being taken down means Pittsburgh got really be careful, because next mistake they make might be racks.
And Georgia, do you think they might be going for any shrines here, just to make sure that there's no rotations available or TPs available for Roche?
If they can get there, but the problem is, I'm not sure if they're in a place to be just revealing their position, taking shrines like that. That's the biggest question, right? And while they're doing that, they might be losing resources of their own as well.
They're smoked up, and G is out pushing deep. He's gonna TP back. Yes, right on top of them. There's the roar. G, normally a very cautious player, and actually, it's not even his fault. He had no idea the smoke wrap was coming.
Yeah, that was smoke. Man, that was such a good play by Pittsburgh. But Georgia, I mean, in Meanwhile bot lane, Scar's gonna be able to defend this push as well. Dragon form was popped, but not gonna be able to do any damage to this tower. But yeah, what a call out by Georgia. It's like, okay, guys, don't chase him. Just wait here for his orb and just stand right on top.
And then they're sitting there in their patient. Oh no, Scar's getting found in the bottom, blown up immediately. Does have buyback available. So that's going to mean Georgia's probably going to need to come back to defend their top. And I think Pittsburgh is going to try and force a buyback out here. Here they go. Oh, Chrono catches two. They're going on the Dragonite, but Dragonite, he's still a tanky boy. Leadentoke is in the back, just waiting for someone to try and show themselves like a sniper. They're going to continue the assault. Mojang still alive for now. Got quite a lot. Another stolen Chronosphere is going to lock them up. But Jake moving through that is going to be able to take down Mojang. Now, as Whips running away, trying to get out of here, they're going to be able to get a Soul Rip. Doesn't quite kill him. Turnaround on a Fleet Fox. Fleet Fox should take a couple more shots, making his way away. It's actually so quick right now. Jake trying to get him. He's going to need a stun here. Should be able to slow him down there. And finally taking him down. Meanwhile, Wisp gets away. So not needing to use a buyback there. Instead, returning it with 2 kills. They're going to have Death Prophet back in 10 seconds. They can force buybacks of their own here if they want.
Yeah, they could barrel down mid, and then yeah, they're doing it right now. They're pushing down mid, so he's gonna be ready for Death Prophet to be able to show up. Of course, Death Prophet does not have boost travels right now, so she's going to make her way there by walking. But she's able to get there pretty fast. Has a Blink Dagger, a Yules, and a base boost, so she moves at pretty fast speed right now. 20 seconds left until he respawns.
If Sniper was there for that fight, with how long Faceless was trying to beat away the Dragonite, another one stolen. Mooshroom is caught inside of his own wards! Mooshroom, no! He's gonna get picked up pretty quickly, but they get a roar out on a Sniper. Now closing the gap. Sniper caught out in the back line. They get a respawn from Dragonite. There's the buyback from Sniper as well. Coming back into the fight, they've got the Exorcism rolling away. Dragon form is committed. They're going to be able to pick up a kill onto Jake. And they hold their high ground for now, but it costs them. They don't really hold when it's a Rax that it costs them. They get return kills from it. But that is about the best Pittsburgh could hope for, already losing that set of Rax.
Yeah, that's a big misclick coming out from Mushroom. I don't...
We lost Gold G again, I think, but they're now just barreling down mid. Pittsburgh, knowing that they need to try and force some buybacks out of this, recover some of that economy, are going to come down mid, see what they can do. Alright, there they we go. Dragon Form still up from that engagement. They've got a little bit of time left playing the first tier 3 of their own. Now they're turning around onto the melee barracks. Melee barracks is melting quite quickly. They get their buyback and a lift out onto Scar. Scar needs to be careful. Oh, the Dragon Knight pops his BKB, but he's caught inside the Chrono now. They get G, and now they're able to turn around onto Mojang. Mojang takes a lot of damage. What's the fire? Going to save for a little bit. Beastmaster jumps into the backline and is going to get taken down from Sniper, but he gets a big war out onto one of the heroes there. I think it was the Rubik. Make sure that Rubik can't stay alive in these fights. Jake is going to jump forward. Now it's only 2 left here on the Pittsburgh side. Oh no, that
Shackles
got canceled. Yeah.
I think he was right-clicking too hard there.
They decide not to go on the Sniper and instead are going to jump around onto Fleet Fox. They get him, and that's fine. Now they've got Mega Creeps in the mid. They could push that out and go for another Rax in the bot, which is exposed. They can't go top right now, obviously, because they still have that up. They probably should go Shrine up and take the Roche, and at that point, maybe do you think they'll still have time to go collect some Shrines, Golgi?
I mean, right now, they're going to check Roshan, and I think they're going to just get Roshan and will to be happy with that. I don't think they will get much more than that, because Faceless Void not really a quick tower taker, Roshan taker rather. And yeah, like Pittsburgh, I think got a little bit too greedy there, going for those racks. Once that the Faceless Void bought back with that Chronosphere, they need to get themselves out of there. They stuck around for too long, Faceless Void landed that beautiful 2-man Chronosphere, and that was enough to be able to send the entire Pittsburgh routing.
There it is. She's still on the ground. No one picking it up. Mushroom is going to hold it, probably passing that off to someone. And yep, there we go. Scar is going to be the one with it.
Yeah, now all of a sudden this game is a complete different story here. Georgia going to be very scary, and I mean with this lineup, Necronomicon 3 finish for Loading Toke as well on the Beastmaster. One mistake from Pittsburgh will be game over.
They're coming around onto these guys trying to take the Shrine. They're going to find themselves a Beastmaster, and we got Undying coming in as well. Undying taking quite a lot of damage. He's got to be super careful. They're going to chase him down. They already used a Dream Coil out onto Mushroom. That will be the extent of it. Unless Mushroom sticks around, he's going to get found by Gee. He's going to be able to throw that orb out onto him now. Mojang. There we go. We got 2-man Chrono, but Punks, he has got to be really careful. They're trying to do the damage. It's on Dragon Knight once again. Dragon Knight's too tanky for this. They are going to lose another very soon. Faceless Void getting turned around on, but he has that Aegis. And now they're going to try and clean up the wards, but Punks grabs a couple and backs up. Very disastrous there for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Attacking shrines will reveal your position, and Beastmaster just got singled out and completely destroyed. But if you're going to do that, you gotta make sure to be standing as a team behind that Beastmaster who's taking that shrine. And if they were going to do that, I think you just let your summons do it. You don't have to be attacking yourself either, because it only reveals the position of the people that are attacking it, kind of like, you know, bounty track. It doesn't give any vision around it. So you could have done that, or let Faceless Void do it. He's the one with the Aegis, right? So if he gets initiated and dies, then he will come back and build Chronosphere.
Yeah,
so or just a little bit of
if,
miscommunication.
Yeah, exactly. And if Leaden Toke absolutely feels like he has to attack that, use him as your early warning radar. As soon as you get jumped on like that and you're not in a position to fight, get out, you know? Everyone kind of stuck around or tried to re-engage, but they just didn't have the position for it.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because I saw when that fight broke out, Jake was running away from that fight on the Faceless Void. Meanwhile, Scar pops his BKB and runs in, and then Jake is like, oh, we're fighting, so he walks back in. So there was a long time there where Faceless Void did not show up for that fight, and wandering around between the jungle and the lane.
Yeah, and Shadow Shaman drops Serpent Wards right as soon as the initiation comes. Undying pops his ultimate and tries to fight as well. So everyone kind of stuck around.
Yeah, so that is going to be the Aegis gone. There still is Cheese, which was given over to Faceless Void. He does have pretty good stats now. He has the Manta style, has the Lincoln Sphere, working towards a Butterfly next. But man, we should talk about Wisp, as in Rubik. The Wisp, Wisp was playing Rubik. He's been, I don't know how many ultimates he's stolen this game, but you know, I will not be surprised if it's like over 10.
I want to say it's every ultimate. It seems like every ultimate that's come out. Serpent Wards, you got some green ones, here's my red ones.
Yeah.
Chronosphere?
And Chronospheres.
Yeah, and the way he's been using them so efficiently, never catching his team, and blocking out so many of the Georgia Tech heroes. Exceptionally, oh, here we go. It's going to be the initiation on a Beastmaster. Hoping they get a roar out. A 4-man Chrono is going to catch a bunch of them. They've got guys in the back line beating up on him right now, but Punks is going to be able to make his way out of there. They're trying to chase down onto Punks right now, but instead they're caught on the high ground with the Dragonite. They get the Dragonite and the Rubik are gone. Buyback from the Rubik means that they will be able to get a little bit more. They have buyback available on the Dragonite as well. It's a bit of net worth coming from this fight. Jake, he's going to have to be very careful right now. Okay, there we go. With the time walk, and I think they pass the cheese over to him. They're going to get Mushroom. And a lift onto Jake. Oh, Jake is in a bad spot. Getting lifted up once again. These lifts from Rubik as well have been super key. No buyback available on the Faces Void, and maybe able to catch Scar right now. Scar pops the BKB, doesn't have a TP right now, but Blink Dagger will be available in just a second. No, not going to be able to blink. He's not able to dodge the damage enough to get a blink out. So now they've got buyback immediately from Death Prophet. I absolutely agree. You know they're coming, just go ahead and get that on cooldown. And that might dissuade them from coming up top and realizing that Faces Void doesn't have a buyback.
So much of the net worth right now is on the Faces Void. This one Faces Void against this entire team here, so they might lose a lot here. At least one set of racks, I think. And don't go try initiate, but Lincolns!
Yeah. Oh, Lead and Toad, yeah. Luckily, they're going to be able to scare them back a little bit. They might be able to buy the time. Instead, it's a stolen roar after the Lincolns!
Oh my god, that feels bad, man. Your lore gets blocked by Lincolns and it gets stolen and used against you? Oh my god, the outplays.
Yeah, they had the time. They had a little bit of time here. Now, jumping in the back line, they can't lose Scar. Scar just bought back. Scar gets caught by the Dream Coil. Is going to snap. Now do they have the damage? Another lift. Scar going down again. No buyback. They're going to be able to work on these barracks here. Maybe able to get themselves around to a second set. We've got 20 seconds before Faces Void is back. Luckily, a fortification is available and it's used for Georgia Tech. Now, this is going to be the pivotal moment, Golgi. This is win or lose.
Yeah, Dragonite is here as well with that boost of travels. So be able to eat through the racks super easy. But 8 seconds, the Faces Void coming back up with that Chronosphere.
If they stay, this could turn around very badly for them. They're going for the third set of racks, at least the tier 3. Faces Void is back. They're going to stick around onto the melee barracks. Where is our sniper? Sniper's deep in the back line. Jake jumps in. He's going to be able to get 2 into the Chrono now. Beating away onto the Night Stalker. He knows that the Dragonite is a little bit too tanky. Uses the Manta. Going to get a stun onto Flea Fox. But Flea Fox is making his way away now. They use the Chrono. They don't get anything out of it. They're going to lose themselves and then dying as well. Mushroom going down as well. Now they get a roar out on the Dragonite. Dragonite, a tanky boy. He's able to take quite a lot of damage, but will eventually fall. They've got one single range rack sitting in the way of them and Mega Creep. Are they going to continue chasing? Yes, Jake wants him. They're going to get on the Sniper. Sniper's just firing away, but the stuns are there. They get the Sniper, and they're getting good returns with this, but they're in a very dire position here on Georgia Tech.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do something, but buybacks are available here for basically everyone over on Pittsburgh. No Rubik, but they don't really need room for defense, so they won't be able to push too far in right now. Jake just kind of wandering around the jungle. That's not really where he should be. Bot lane is being pushed in. They're losing structures within there as well. So they won't be able to push too much off of this. Looks like Jake does want to try something though.
I think the pressure is really on Georgia right now. Like, their wave clear isn't the best in the world, so they're not going to stand up great to Mega Creeps. And if Pittsburgh has the mind to do it, their chip is really easy. Send Dragonite in the front. He takes so long to kill. What are they going to commit a Chrono? That's fine. You're going to have Sniper in the back lane chipping away. The rack should go down quick. And then
Jake is trying to take top tier 3. Actually, no buybacks. They're going to forfeit the tier 3.
And even Shadow Shaman coming in, they're going to find Night Stalker. Mushroom, yeah, he has the boot to travel, comes in, they find the Night Stalker. Gonna beat him down, still not using any of the buyback. There we go, 1 goes out from Night Stalker, but not the rest of the team. It's 2 seconds on Dragonite, 8 seconds on Puck. They've got a fortification, they buy themselves a little bit of time. But Sniper, yeah, they know that they're gonna need him in this fight. I want to see him buy back sooner than later. They're going to give up a set of racks, and now Jake is here. There goes the Chronosphere. Buyback from Sniper. Sniper's coming in. Wants to do the damage, but they're going to lose Night Stalker now. Moj Dong getting beat up here from Jake. Jake getting pecked away from Punks, but he's doing just fine. He's going to be able to get into the backline, and now a Yule's up on top. Top is going to try and counter. They're going to disengage Mushroom. They give him up. Scar is the big one here. They can't give him up. They use the lift. Now a Yule. Scar, can he just TP out? No, he's got it in his backpack. Once again, Scar goes down. No buyback.
No buyback for 4 minutes on him. But that was 3 buybacks, I believe, or 2 buybacks. That was a buyback over on the Sniper. Night Stalker and Sniper, I believe.
Moj Dong!
Oh no.
He gets caught. He's trying to push. He's trying to get the chip
Dragon
damage.
Knight bought back last fight as well.
Oh, he did.
3 buybacks on the other side.
How
oh my god, this game.
Oh, he died.
So close.
He respawned, fought, died, bought back, and then died just now.
Yeah. So right now, Sniper's buyback is on cooldown. Dragon Knight's buyback is on cooldown. Night Stalker's buyback is on cooldown, and Rubik's buyback is on cooldown. And then we'll find another person here.
They're gonna find Rubik. Rubik's gonna be able to get away thanks to G.
But he's slow.
There he goes. Blink forward and the roar. Mushroom. They're gonna find him.
Oh my god.
90 seconds. No buyback. Rubik. No, 90 seconds. No buyback. Dragon Knight. They're gonna have to fight against a pretty insurmountable force. It's gonna be 10 seconds to Chrono. 10 seconds to the possible end of this game. Georgia Tech wants to come high ground now. In fact, they got a tier 4 as well already.
Yeah, they can just go
TP and
throw.
Oh no! G is gonna TP right into the Chrono. Jake is just pounding away at him. G does have buyback. They turn around to Fleet Fox. Fleet Fox trying to get away, but they got the shot. They take down the Night Stalker now. A buyback from the G is already bought back. He doesn't have a coil. They're just going straight into the tier 4s. And the Ancient? No, they're gonna kind of get routed a bit and have to back up. The rest of the team.
They will reinitiate. Oh, my Exorcism up.
There goes Exorcism. Scar's back. BOT's Exorcism up. They're going to be able to use up onto Punks now. Is that anything that they can do? Leaden Toke 5 seconds on another roar. But they just turn around on the Ancient. Ancient falls so fast. Georgia Tech going to come back from behind, claim game number 1 for themselves. Golgi, what a game.
I am speechless. I am speechless with. Oh my god, I did not see Georgia winning that game at all, man. I almost like wrote them off after that laning phase. That laning phase went so bad, and you know when we saw in the mid game was starting to break out, like they did not do anything very well, and Jake was missing the Chronospheres, and I don't know, something just clicked, and they just stopped misplaying, and they just started playing as a team. And then Pittsburgh, I think they got cocky here and there. They were staying around too long during fights, getting caught off by yourself, not sticking together as a group when you know at the end, like some of your plays were down, but they were still by themselves, getting ready to be picked off. So they get picked up again and again and again. And Georgia was able to kind of ride that to victory. I mean, just look at the net worth graph. Georgia was losing at every single point in the game until the last 1 minute.
Yeah, and it really showed in the early game, as you said. It wasn't just the they had the team fights that weren't going great, and then not the laning phase that didn't go so great, and then team fight after team fight after team fight, engagement after engagement. Pittsburgh was consistently picking up like 3-for-1 trades. They were getting, again, I want to point out that Rubik ultimate steals and steals and steals and steals, and then Guy just getting all the initiations, playing like huge burst damage. G showing off his comfort on that hero. It looked like Pittsburgh just knew what they were doing, and they just had Georgia Tech numbers. No, Georgia Tech's number. And then it was there a pivotal team fight where it happened? Was it the first big chrono of the game? Do you remember what was it, Golgi?
It was the one you were talking about, how he got 2 people on the very edges of it. It was a sniper on the top edge and the Night Stalker on the bottom edge. They killed him, but the thing was Pittsburgh stayed around, and Dragon Knight stayed around trying to help his own sniper, and he ended up getting caught as well. So they killed a sniper, they killed Dragon Knight, and killed a Night Stalker. They did not get the puck there, but those were a lot of money at that time because Sniper and Dragon Knight were at the top of the net worth. And you know, the formula got changed with how much money you make from kills now. It just depends on how much that individual has. The team net worth doesn't matter. So taking a Dragon Knight Sniper was so much money. It instantly bought Faceless Void his full Mask of Madness, got Ledin took his first Necronomicon, got Shadow Shaman working towards his Blink Dagger, Death Prophet got her Yules because of that, and it was just a landslide, not a landslide, but it gave them a fighting chance. And Jake was constantly landing these huge Chronospheres, getting at least 2 people per, sometimes 3 or 4 we saw once happen. So man, they just it was like a warm up. They were kind of like not jiving at the start, but something clicked, and then they just got there.
Yeah, it was at that point. Yeah, I remember now because Jake they get those big kills. Jake buys out his Mask of Madness, and they're just like, oh, I remember how to play Dota now. And they were just like, all right, we've got space, use it. Jake starts farming like crazy, and then they just play together in sync as a complete opposite. The teams just switched at that point. Georgia Tech plays great together, and then previously Pittsburgh was playing very good as a team, great smoke rotations and stuff like that. But then after that, they just started falling apart. They were trying to take fights without people. They were getting caught without people. There was that fight in the bottom where they used the Chrono on the Dragon Knight, and it took forever to kill the Dragon Knight. But Sniper wasn't there. If Sniper was there picking away at the Jake, that fight could go differently. It was really Pittsburgh needed to stick as 5. Do you think? Right?
Yep, no, for sure. I feel like Pittsburgh started to kind of, once they were getting ahead and they were feeling confident, they started playing kind of an individual game rather than a team game, and that was their undoing. There were so many times where they were getting caught without their whole team, and like even after the fights were over and there were buybacks coming on the enemy side, like that was one of the most beautiful things which I saw coming out from like Georgia. They just hadn't unlocked the strategy. As soon as the buybacks came out from Pittsburgh side, they just ran away as soon as they can. Like they lost some people on the retreat, but not as bad. But we remember that bottom fight when Pittsburgh was going up high ground on the Georgia bot tower, and Faces Boy bought back, and he had Chronosphere, and Pittsburgh knew that, but they didn't back off. And Faces Void was TPing in, and they still didn't back off. And Faces Void then TP'd in, and then landed the 2-man Chronosphere, and then they lost 4 people because of that. So like, yeah, just these kind of like strategy communications, and I feel like they just got maybe a little bit overconfident after that amazing early game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Game 2 has in store for us. We'll take a short break in between them, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit.